Okay, good evening. This is Debbie Davis. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. Okay, so I feel like I've done literally I've explored every avenue that I could possibly explore to try to report these violations that are happening against me with the police and the sheriffs. And this has gone on since 2013, where I showed the video how I originally was getting harassed to death, like, 20, 30 times or something when I first got back from Arizona. And I tried reaching out to this guy named Mark Rackett, who was supposed to work for, the police board at the time. And I reported it to him. There was no follow-up. You report things, there's never any follow-up. Okay, and of course I've got videos that it's been happening again since I've been back here. And so I once again tried to go through the same, through the different agencies that are supposed to be overseeing the police. Okay, so I tried filing a civil rights complaint. That went nowhere. That went nowhere. Then I tried a human rights complaint, and the civil rights complaint said it didn't fall under race or something like that. And then the human rights complaint, they just never got back to me. Okay, these are offices in St. Paul, and then I have the video here on my channel where I was here. Trying to file, this is the one downtown that is supposed to be Michelle Phillips, director.
Civil Rights Department. It says that I get to report them complaints against the police.
And I did an official report.
Police conduct review. Oh, most definitely.
Several months back.
Talk about police conduct. Most definitely.
Nobody ever got back to me.
Oh again. Yeah, and labor standards. Yeah.
Well, I think I got one phone call, but then it didn't. There was no follow-up.
Civil rights. Yeah, well, let's see if they actually do their job, which, you never know these days.
I went down there and I went in and did a physical report with Michelle Phillips' office. I got one phone call back and I explained the issue a little bit, but then there wasn't any follow-up. So I believe what's happening is all these, they're just getting stopped in their tracks by our corrupt governor, Tim Walz, and Omar. And but even above them are the intelligence agencies. We know this now. I mean, at the highest levels, it's always the intelligence agencies. And then I'm finding out that also a lot of corporations are linked in with the intelligence agencies. So the corporate, the places you work are also getting directions from these intelligence agencies. They just have way too much power over everything, and I've been saying this for years now that I figured out, I had that chart, the CIA, and and then I found out more about that, the CIA in Denver too. I was reading some things about that, and literally, okay, so the Denver airport, because at the highest part of the targeted individual chart that I've shown before is the Denver CIA out of Denver. Okay, and I mean, they try to say it's a conspiracy for years. It says right here, that Denver airport is a hotbed of conspiracy theories, one of the most persistent, claiming that it houses a vast network of underground tunnels hiding a far more sinister purpose than a transportation system. Some of the theories suggest that these tunnels are actually deep underground military bases, or DUMBs, and that the CIA is involved in mind control experiments. Okay, well, with what has happened to me and the type of people that have come after me that I know are on mind control, I believe, 100%, this is no conspiracy. However, there's no evidence to support these claims. The tunnels at DIA are primarily for baggage transport and maintenance. That's what they say. there's all these tunnels underneath. but then there's a New World Order Airport Commission plaque right in the Denver airport. A dedication plaque at the airport means a New World Airport Commission, a group that doesn't officially exist, but it's in the works of their New World Order plan. So they're part of the Denver airport is part of the New World Airport Commission. Isn't that sound lovely? Isn't that something we have to look forward to at the airports? Denver being the first one. Okay, so yeah, of course, it involves the intelligence agencies and these deep underground bases, and they have way too much power. And they, I believe at this point, I've been in touch with some mayors and everything's like that, and especially in regards to the shootings that just happened that took the lives of 2 or maybe 4. I don't know if the other people died, but state officials here, Melissa Hortman and her husband, by an unmarked cop. I believe that I feel that there needs to be declared a state of emergency in Minnesota, because I've explored every single agency, and there's not a single agency that's actually doing their job, holding any of the police accountable. And then I talked about in my video yesterday how, it's not just George Floyd. We're talking since 2001, I believe, there's been 233 murders here. So literally the police are getting away with murder, and Tim Walz is allowing the murder. So I don't feel safe going to court here. No, I don't. Nobody should feel safe going to court or being pulled over here, because they're murdering people and getting away with it. They were trying to prosecute that one state police officer that killed Ricky Cobb, Mary Moriarty. She was actually trying to file charges, and then Governor Tim Walz stepped in and dropped the charges. Okay, so we know Tim Walz is involved in allowing the police to get away with murder. Okay, how much more evidence do we have to have against this loser governor here to get him arrested? I really don't know. I've talked about how he's got links to the Muslim Brotherhood and him and Omar, and if you look back at that story of Ricky Cobb, I remember Mary Moriarty was trying to bring charges, and then they got dropped by Governor Walz. Okay, so so basically he is involved in the police board there, and he is allowing the police to get away with murder. Okay, so that would be 233 counts of murder. Okay, since the last 10, 20, whatever, 10 years it's been, whatever it's been. It's astronomical that there hasn't been something done sooner. So, and of course, I try calling the courts and tell them that, well, first of all, I can't make it. I just can't make it. If you don't have a vehicle to get there, you gotta have other options for people. A lot of people don't have transportation, or where a lot of people are having financial issues. So, they have to give you options. So I try calling, and the courts conveniently don't pick up. So then they're gonna conveniently try to say I didn't show up for court, and then they'll try to put a warrant out. When I've done everything on my part, tried filing all these complaints for months, literally for years, about this harassment. And they have proven every time that they are blocking justice, not a part of justice. They are blocking justice, and they are part of a criminal operation here. So I believe that this needs to be a state of emergency. And in Minnesota, I just I don't know, because I don't know what else to call it. What else can you call it? It's literally, you just go into any lengths that you want to get away with murder. Murdering whoever you want to. So, please pray for me about this court date coming up. And first of all, it was I told the story. It was an unmarked sheriff that just came behind me out of nowhere, in Golden Valley, completely unmarked, and I pulled over right away. He tried to say I didn't pull over. I pulled over immediately. First of all, you're a liar, Mr. House. His name is House. The sheriff's office is a black police officer, and I did pull over right away. You were completely unmarked with no decal or anything. That's 100% illegal. And then he was following somebody that was speeding, and then he decides to just come right behind me and pull me over instead. Well, the whole thing was a setup. We know this, Mr. Howes. We know you were set up. You've probably been paid by Homeland Security with money and by walls. And I'm not playing this game anymore with these cops. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm calling you out. And so anyway, yeah, I mean, it was a completely unlawful stop. And I pulled over right away. I didn't do anything wrong. I was at a stop already, and then I started recording him because it was an unmarked cop, and that's not illegal when you're at a complete stop. Maybe you should learn your own damn laws, okay? Because they don't know the laws themselves. I mean, I've been over this so many times with the police, and they're just like, they seriously have no idea what the laws are themselves. They're just following orders. They don't know anything about the law. I've had conversations with them, and they do not know the law. So anyway, please pray for me there. But just reminding people of, in it does say, because they are part of this New World Order agenda, and they are, this is Satan's agenda, but God has an agenda too. I mean, of course, they think they're going to get away with, killing 2/3 of the whole world. It's part of the New World Order agenda. It said it right on the Georgia Guidestones, But then it says, we have to remind each other that it says the exact opposite in Zechariah 13:8. It says that 2/3 of the people in the land will be cut off and die, and 1/3 will be left. So it's the exact opposite of what they think. They're gonna die, and we're gonna be left, the kingdom of God. Okay, so, and but we have to be strong, and we have to, and it says, we have to remember that we have authority over these people. We have authority over the serpent. It's the verse in Luke, I believe it's behold, I give you authority over the serpent. It was said in the Great Commission. Yeah, when Jesus was talking on, I believe when he was speaking to the big crowd, behold, I give you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. He's trying to give us, let us know that we have the authority over them, and we just haven't been acting upon it and, taking it seriously as Christians. Like, we have to, this is right from Jesus. He said, I give this authority to you as my believers. You can do these things that I have done in my name. And so we have to remember that he gave us that authority to trample on the snakes and scorpions. And these people are snakes. They are demonic. And so, we are dealing with, we have to fight it in a spiritual and physical too. I mean, we have to, actually take action. It's a spiritual battle, but we do have to actually take action too. Otherwise, they'll lock us up like they're trying to do to me. And so, okay. So with that, I tried calling the court. I'll try to again tomorrow, but they're not picking up on purpose. And so these are the games that they play, which is illegal, 100% illegal, but who's holding them accountable? The people have to stand up. So I'm hoping that the people in the legislation here, especially since 4 of them just got murdered, by these corrupt people above them. I'm hoping that they can help me hold these people accountable, these courts and these police, because nobody is. I have been talking to some mayors here, like I said. So, okay.